Hi, my name is Lesley Jennison and I'm the Global Ambassador for Schwarzkopf Professional. I have here Zilia, and we've already had a very in-depth consultation. We are both very happy with this depth that we have here on the mid-lengths and the ends. However, we feel that it's a little solid and it's lost some of that beautiful kind of multi-tonal effect. We want to add some dimension to the colour by adding lowlights with IGORA Vibrance. Now, the way that I'm going to approach this technique is to start with the back. I'm going to start from the underneath and I'm going to work heavier, almost like slices, to create a little bit more of that depth so that as the hair falls forward, you see that natural sort of looking depth. Then as I come up and I'm working closer to the crown, I'm going to get those pieces a little bit finer and finer until at the crown, they're like the finest little baby lights. Then when I come to the front, I'm going to section off the hairline and I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to touch that at all. That's going to help me create the idea of a face framing technique. And then behind that, again, I'm going to work heavier slices and then working up to finer pieces. And then I'm going to leave a very fine piece out like a veil on the parting. So now we have our section input in. We've left out the face framing altogether. That's not going to be coloured. And then I've got the two sections on top, a smaller amount of those low lights going through. And then if you look at the back two sections, we're going to start on the underneath, working heavier. And then as we get to the crown, softer and lighter in our touch. Colour-wise, what I've done is I've mixed up two colours. I want to go for a 7-4, but I want to soften that. So I've added 80, and that's equal parts 80, 74 with 1.9%. And then my other colour to create a little bit of a natural warmth, because if you think the 74 is going to be a cooler colour, even though it's beige, on top of the highlights, it's going to look cooler. So what I've done is I've gone for a slightly warmer colour, and I really wanted something like an 8-65, a chocolate gold. Now we don't have 865 in Vibrance, very easy. We just mix 765 and 965, 1.9%, and that will give us a beautiful natural tone. I finished the first quarter. I started that very first section with a weave, and then I went into slices. The reason for that is if you want to wear the hair up in a pony or pinned up, you get a much softer feeling rather than that heavy slice. But you do need the slices to kind of build up a little bit of that tonal difference. And then I went through, and as I've come up, these last few are literally baby lights. And you would have seen that what I've tried to do is to pick up those pieces that were very slightly lighter than others, slightly over-processed. So I picked those up and toned those down. I'm now going to repeat that technique on the other side. With this technique, it's really easy to personalize and make this technique exactly for my client in front of me. You can see here that there is a bit of a build-up, and that's the area that I'm going to break down. Here I don't need to put any low lights in at all, that's really quite lovely. So it means every single section I'm picking up, I'm looking at, analysing and doing the colour accordingly. So even though I'm doing a full head of foils, it's a very quick technique because it's very spaced out, and because I'm not going to the roots, I never need to do two foils, even in the wider sections. It's always just one foil. Very quick technique. This is our multi-toning low lighting technique finished. This is a fantastic quick technique, especially for those clients that've got a build up of foil work and balayage. It's a really good way to kind of break that solid color up. It's a low maintenance technique, so it means that it's broken up the roots a little bit. It's broken up all the way around through here. And of course, by leaving that face frame out, you're almost making that look blonder because you've got the contrast of those low lights going through just behind. So my client still feels blonde, but she's got a very low maintenance feel, and I know she loves it. Thank you. If you want to see more of these videos, just subscribe to the link below.